I'm sleeping better and I'm feeling a more sustained energy throughout the day. Had various issues with attention deficit, and it just made it difficult sometimes to be focused for long periods of time. Because when I started using the QTWave device, it was like those symptoms were just gone. Like I get started on something and I could focus for however long I needed to till the task was done.
Hey, Will, thanks so much for coming to spend some time with me today.
You're welcome. Glad to be with you.
So, Will, can you tell the listeners just what do you feel like is a QHS ambassador and why did you want to become one?
Quantum healing systems is doing something for a world that I think is very special. And when we've been looking for a variety of technologies that we think can really make a difference. And when I saw what was going on here at QHS, I thought, this is something our people would want. This is something they'd want to have in their life. And I'd like to have it myself, right? So we got in touch with QHS. I went ahead and, like everybody else that joins as a member, I just signed up as a member. Signed my wife up as a member so that we could try the technology. And it kind of went from there into something that was really quite unexpected, in that I didn't expect it to work as good as it did. I was quite surprised. And, we can talk a little bit about, how that's worked for me. But there's, a number of things going on health-wise that I thought was quite a benefit after becoming a member. And there were even other things that occurred that I thought was surprising, pleasantly surprising. And when we began to feel the difference that the QTWave device had, we thought everyone needs to know about this. The world needs to know about this. So we wanted to bring this kind of technology at least to the awareness of our listeners and our group of people that are working on projects, because we think every individual needs health. And so for us, it was a natural fit to say, yes, we will be ambassadors for this because this is helping. This is actually doing incredible things for people.
Awesome. What did you notice first?
It's interesting. We started with the black device, which was I think it was version 5 of the prototypes. And I didn't notice anything right away the first day, but about 3 days in, I was like, wow, I'm sleeping better. And I'm feeling a more sustained energy throughout the day. It was something that was very noticeable within that first week, that I felt better energy, and it felt more equal. I didn't feel like I was in peaks and valleys. Like I just had steady, sustained energy. So that was wonderful for me. I thought, wow, if I was doing this within a week, what's it going to be like from there? And so my wife got a device, and then we got the production model, the white one. And that was like amazing. I mean, I felt the difference within 12 hours. I was like, this thing is different. You can just holding it feels different. So I knew it was multiple times stronger. I didn't know exactly what that means, just that I felt the device really doing good things. So it's kind of been just wonderful from that point forward. One of the things about getting older in life is we all suffer many frailties. And I know a lot of older men that suffer with similar things to me. I was getting up probably once or twice, definitely once, but sometimes twice a night to go to the bathroom, and I couldn't just sleep clear through the night anymore. In fact, I haven't been able to do that for several years. And so I was using the QTWave. I didn't think anything about it, just using the device every day. And it was about a couple of weeks ago, I realized that I haven't been getting up at night. I'm sleeping all the way through the night. To me, that was an utter miracle. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
this is amazing. I, I haven't done that in years. So that was pretty huge for me personally.
And then you give your body a chance to heal itself with that deep, juicy sleep.
Yeah, there were other benefits that kind of came. One of the things was throughout my life, I've had various issues with attention deficit, and it just made it difficult sometimes to be focused for long periods of time. And what's amazing is when I started using the QTWave device, it was like those symptoms were just gone. Like I get started on something and I could focus for however long I needed to till the task was done. And never felt like this jittery, like, being distracted, the squirrel thing. So that is something I didn't expect to occur, but that's another benefit that I saw in my own life.
That's awesome. Increased productivity,
Oh yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
always good. So talk about what it is to be a QHS ambassador.
Well, to be an ambassador for us, I'll tell you what it means to us. For us, it means that we can bring attention and a spotlight, if you will, to technology that we think is making a difference in the world. Um, we don't do this for money. I don't want anybody to think that that's a thing. We do this because we think this will have a massive impact upon everyone's life from a health perspective. I know there's other technologies that companies working on, and I can't wait to see those roll out. But this QT-Wave device is incredible. And I've tried a lot of different things over the years. Crystals, amethyst mats, light therapy. I mean, a lot of different things. But the QT-Wave device is for real. I mean, it really delivers benefits to health. And so as an ambassador, what it means for us, and what Enid Global Services want to do is we want to just bring attention to this. We want everyone to know this is available. They can go to QHS, they can sign up like I did personally, right? Go sign up, become a member, and try it for yourself. I mean, it's hard to explain the technology, the quantum twine wave, but when you actually experience it, it is life-changing. You never want to be without it.
I would like to direct the listeners to the documentary series that we have on our YouTube channel if they want to hear from Cynthia on how things work. And at least watch the first two where she talks about Dr. Alfredo and her, and then maybe number 3 is Wade. And then that way, if they want to understand it a little bit better, they can.
Oh, that's perfect. And I know you've done other interviews with people that are using the technology, and it's incredible, the results. I mean, everybody has a little different result because everybody's different, but it's all positive. It's good, and it's moving people in the direction that they need to go for their own health. And I've watched many of the testimonials that you've done, and I think you're doing a fantastic job of I think letting people know, hey, this is helping people. This is helping them in many different ways.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can't make up the stuff that they've said. One of my favorite new ones is somebody that was in a wheelchair with Parkinson's moved to a walker to a cane and now walks without anything, can get himself dressed again. I mean, that is a huge, like 180,
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's incredible. And you've got people that are having irregular heartbeat. Suddenly, they're not irregular anymore, right?
That's me,
Suddenly, they
Will.
realize, hey, I don't have these issues, and my pacemaker's not doing anything anymore. It's just sitting there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's life changing for anybody that's been through heart issues. That's just massive. So
Yes, it is. I'm one of those cases. I've been an athlete for a long time and I was getting an irregular heartbeat just randomly for no reason. And since I've had my device for the last, I think, what, 6.5 months, I haven't had a single one. So
Wow.
I know, right? That's pretty awesome. So, how do you see your role as an ambassador evolving as we go forward with our projects?
Well, there's many different things that we've been working on here at Enid Global Services that we will obviously bring forward because we want to help QHS expand. One of those is just the simple things of building technology. Um, we have new building materials and technology where we can mass produce buildings on a bigger scale. So let's say, and then I'm just using a random example here, but let's just say that QHS wants to put up 10 centers, healing centers in a particular location. Well, we could, through our factory using this material, we can actually crank out 10 buildings a day
What?
and then just ship them via truck and where they're assembled on site. And you'll have centers going up by the hundreds very quickly. And this is not something that we've really talked about. We'll be featuring this technology in upcoming videos, but that's just one of the ways that we want to lend a hand to help QHS because we think that the more this can get out there and the more it can be available to people, it's all the better. So that's just one of the things that we're doing that we think will make a big difference. In addition to just the awareness that we put out through our audience and our listeners.
That is fabulous. You can build 10 buildings in one day. That would speed up installation of our healing centers across the
Yeah, that's
country for
that's a
sure.
that's the first goal. We eventually will be doing 30 a day. Um, and then you'll have to, of course, there's all the on-site stuff. You got to get permits and everything else. So it takes a lot of people when you're trying to do this, but there's an entire world to heal and you need those centers. So that's one way that we think we can really help. Um, and we're not here to say you got to use our technology. We're just saying we could help if it makes sense, right, to do that. And we're certainly open to doing those things.
It makes sense to me. Does Cynthia know about this already?
Oh yeah, yeah, we've talked about it a little bit.
So, what excites you the most about the technology that we have coming forward? Specifically, how do you think it's going to change the future of our country and of our planet?
Well, I think ultimately the QTWave device is preparing people for the frequencies that provide a lasting healing. And I kind of look at the device as not necessarily like huge radical changes instantly. That's probably something reserved for healing beds and other types of things. But to have a personal device that you could take with you anywhere, like let's say that you had the opportunity to go through a healing bed and you had some major changes that fixed problems for you. You want to maintain those. Well, how are you going to maintain those? I think the QT Wave device is the most optimum device. It gets you ready and it maintains you thereafter. At least I feel like it's doing that for me. So, I'm just speaking from my experience, and I don't know the background of the science. I just know it works. I mean,
Hmm.
we're experiencing it work. So it's awesome. Where I see this going is ultimately, I think the whole world is going to be asking for this technology. They're going to want a healing center in their town. They're going to want it. They're going to want people to have access to these devices so that they can maintain their health. And I see this going across the entire globe.
Awesome. Me too. And you said it really well because think about the challenge of healing the body. And the QT wave has been shown, members have reported that their bodies are healing. But how much easier it's going to be just to maintain that healing, right? So that's going to
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
no-brainer.
Well, it
Awesome.
makes sense. And look, even if, and I'm just throwing out stuff here just for fun, but let's say that there were 1,000 healing beds available. Okay. There's 8 billion people on the planet. How long are people going to wait in line? It could be quite a while. This is something that can go to people very quickly right now and that they can begin to see results. Um, of course, everybody will want to eventually get to something like that. That's coming, I'm sure, in the future. But to have something right now that's usable, that's working, that's helping is just huge. And we want people to know about that. I know QHS is probably a little overwhelmed right now with even what's happened over the last year in terms of the amount of members. And the good news is I'm hearing the devices are going out, so people are getting them. So I think it's wonderful that it's available now and people can see these benefits.
And we are going to be closing doors November 1st, if not earlier. So that is definitely going to be happening from according to Cynthia. So just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
There is
Well,
a
so
deadline.
get on the wait list now, folks.
Yeah.
Get, I'll put a link up where people can go and they can at least get on the wait list to be a member, and that way you're in line, right? When the opportunity's there, I'm sure QHS is doing all they can to onboard people as they're able to, but you know
Actually,
there's
the wait list
there's a
is down.
limitation to how much can be done in a day, and it takes time.
So we have removed the wait list. So now all they have to go is to just the sign up page, and then that will put them in the queue to receive their free gift, which is the device. So they can
Oh,
sign up as a
fantastic.
member right
Okay.
now.
Okay. Perfect. So I'll put up the link for that and then you can just go and sign up. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Will. It was just a pleasure to be with you and to hear your vision. I love it. And I'm looking forward to seeing this all come to fruition very, very soon.
It's incredible. Thanks, Tracy, for spending a little time with me today. Folks, take the opportunity, do something for yourself that is miraculous. This works. It's amazing. And go ahead and make yourself available to that. It's not going to be open forever. Look, there's some challenges with growth, and things always have to be managed in a way that keeps the doors open. But sometimes you got to open, close a little bit while you're getting through the bumps. So uh, take advantage of it now. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Tracy.
you.
Appreciate you having me.
Thanks, Will. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.